Hi guys, it's me again. We are continuing with our pet series. We've done a dog, we've done a cat, and now we are going to do a bird. Now, I know some people have pet birds. It's not quite as common as, cats and dogs. I used to have quite a few birds actually. When I was a little girl, I had three birds. I had two parakeets and one cockatiel. And I just loved them. They were awesome. I love the sounds that birds make. I love hearing them in the morning. I love everything about them. When my boys were little, I think you all know my boys are big now. I have one in college and one in high school. But when they were little, we had a pet bird. It was also a pet parakeet. And we actually found him outside. Like he was somebody's bird. And I don't know if they just let him out accidentally or what happened, but he came to us and he would actually sit on your shoulder and your head and your hand. It was real friendly. And I really enjoyed having him. But then my cat decided it would be a good idea to push his little cage off the shelf and scared the bejeebers out of the poor little guy, and he only lived a few more days after that. So I think my cat traumatized him. So I guess we came to the decision at that point, you really can't have birds and cats in the same household. It has to be one or the other. So that is the only reason I do not currently have a bird, because like I said, there's just something about having birds around. They're just so happy and cheerful and all that good stuff. So I'm curious if any of you happen to have birds. I know some of your households are really, really into pets, and some not so much. Just depends on your family. But we are going to draw a bird. You will need some paper. Again, it will be going up and down. You'll need something to draw with. As usual, I am using a Sharpie. You don't have to use a Sharpie. You can use a pencil or whatever you want to use. All right, so we are actually going to start off with something you probably wouldn't expect. We're going to start off with an arrow. So first, I'm going to be drawing kind of right here in the middle, and I'm going to draw fairly large because I don't want him to be too tiny. And I'm going to start off with the line that's going to be the arrow. It's going to come down and to the right, like that. Looks almost like a crooked smile. Okay, and then at the top of it, I am going to have the part that points. It's basically a triangle. And I'm going to leave it just like that, empty and everything. So you can go ahead and do that. If it makes you feel more comfortable, you can actually start with the triangle first, and then you can make the line that comes down and over to the right. And notice it doesn't loop up that much. It only does a little bit. Okay. All right, then right next to the arrow, kind of up just a smidge and to the right, I am going to draw a circle with another circle inside. And you're probably already figuring this out. I'm going to color the little one in dark. Okay? All right, now I am going to draw another line. The line is going to start at the top of my triangle. It's going to come up, over, and down. And it's going to come pretty close to the tip of this one, but it is not going to touch. So be sure you watch me first. So I'm starting at the top of my triangle, and I'm going to go up, over, and down. And again, I'm close, but they're not touching. All right? Now, right about here on my bird, I'm going to begin working on its wing. I'm going to put my pencil or marker right here kind of in the middle of the bird's body and make a line that goes up and up like that. Okay? And then I'm going to have another one here. And that's my bird's little wings so he can fly away. All right, then right here, I am going to make a line like that. And then like that. And then connect that. He's so cute. I love him. All right, so now he needs some little legs and feet. This is where the saying bird legs come from. They're a little skinny. And then his little feet. And ta-da! I have an adorable, precious little bird. All right, so now I would add some color for his beak. Now, again, you can use any colors you want, but typically people do an orange or a yellow beak. I'm going to make mine orange. But again, you don't have to do that. You can give him a purple beak if you want. All right, so there's his little beak. And now I'm going to color him. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color mine like a rainbow. I have my colored pencils here. I have red and orange, yellow, green. I'm putting them in order here. And blue and violet, purple. That's lilac. Okay, look over here. Sorry, my face is so close. Purple. All right. So at first I was just going to color him blue. Then I thought, oh, a rainbow would be fun. So I'm going to start off with red. And again, you probably get so tired of hearing me say this, but we don't scribble. We pick a direction and we stick with it. Like I'm doing kind of side to side. So I'm going to do red and then orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Okay, now I'm going to do the rest of mine fast forwarding because it's not very exciting to just sit and watch someone color. All right, there you go. And look how adorable he is, little rainbow bird. I would probably, the colors are a little soft. If you like it that way, you could leave it, but I would probably, my pencil's trying to break apart. I'd probably go back over it and maybe make the colors a little more bold and stand out a little more. But that, obviously that would be up to you. I'm going to put the red and orange kind of side by side so you can see the difference it would make. The only bad thing is I probably should have done it in the other direction because the orange is right next to his beak, but it's no biggie. Or I could have done the beak a different color. But other than that, I think he looks adorable. Now, obviously, actually, let me just ask you, did I fill up my paper? Did I draw big? No, I did not. And it wasn't intentional. It just happened that way. So what would I need to do to make the space more interesting so there's not so much empty space? What are some things I could do? Maybe. Yeah, it does feel really weird pretending I can hear you. What I would probably do, if it was me, is I would draw a tree. I would pretend he is sitting on a little tree branch that is part of a tree. And then maybe the rest of the tree is here. Why did you say uh-oh? Someone throw up again? Oh, Milo. We're having pet tummy issues. And then, of course, I would color this brown and add some leaves. And then maybe even add some more birds. Maybe another bird's flying in or away. You could make it facing the other direction. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. If it's hard for you to picture the tree here, then you would just start kind of loosely adding little leaves here and there. Remember what we talked about last week with using different kinds of greens. So like with that marker set that I got from Amazon, I have 4 different greens. So I would use a combination of all of those doing these leaves, kind of scatter them and mix them up. I would take my brown to color in the tree branch and use all of that just to make it more interesting and fill up the space. So there's a lot of stuff you could do to play around with it and finish it off. Or maybe it just happened that your bird turned out really big. Again, it's up to you. You could also do like a group of birds, and maybe one's red, one's blue, one's green. You could even do kind of a color wheel of birds. That would be fun. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. So that's basically it for our bird pictures. Be sure you share with me on Flipgrid. And if you have a pet bird, let me see that also on Flipgrid, especially since I can't have one living in a cat household. So thank you and have a good day.